Today we play golf.
Let me show you how we do it in the pros.
Welcome to Behind the Golf Brand Podcast.
I never miss with the 7-iron.
A conversation with some of the most interesting innovators and entrepreneurs behind the biggest names in golf.
My friends with the golf clubs. I lived on the golf course. I lived on the driving range.
From pro talk.
You should learn something from each and every single round you play in.
To fun from on and off the green.
Why would you play golf if you don't play it for money?
Just let me put the ball in the hole.
This is Behind the Golf Brand Podcast with Paul Liberatore. Behind the Golf Brand Podcast is sponsored by On Point, the revolutionary three-dimensional domed golf ball marker. On Point provides alignment recognition as small as a degree of inaccuracy from the planned course of the putt face angle. Endorsed by Jim Furyk, U.S. Open champion and 17-time PGA Tour winner. On Point alignment technology has been proven to increase putting performance and help lower your score. Visit onpointgolf.us and be sure to use code GA10 for a 10% discount. On Point, make more putts.
What's up, guys? Paul from Golfers Authority. Welcome to the Behind the Golf Brand Podcast. This week, I have two legends, the bros. The Devereux bros, as I like to call them, even though it's not their last name. They're the OG of cool apparel for golf. I feel like a lot of people are trying to simulate what they're doing, but they were first, in my opinion. So I'm super excited to have them on the show because I've been a fan for probably 3 or 4 years now. So without further ado, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for having us, man.
Really appreciate it.
So where are you guys from?
We were from West Texas, Midland, Texas.
Midland? Town. I've been in Midland. That's the middle of nowhere. That's like oil fields and it's like the little city in the oil fields, right? A lot of money there.
Yeah. There's a lot of dirt, a lot of mesquite, not much to do.
Midland, Odessa, right? They're like real close to each other, or they're like next to each other or something.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of where Friday Night Lights comes from.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah. That's cool. We hear a story about you want to hear a Midland story? So I used to be a pilot. This is a true story. I used to be a pilot. I almost died in Midland because we bought an airplane. Well, my company I work for bought an airplane. It's a big piece of crap. And they pulled it out of the hangar and there's like bird shit all over it. And like, paint was gone, and they're like, "Oh, you're flying back. It's back to Phoenix." And I was like, and the mechanic was like, "Oh, it's okay. So I checked it out." No, it wasn't. So I would take off. We're going down the runway. I pull up, and I'm looking at my instruments. I'm flying for like I was probably 200 feet off the ground, and all of a sudden I see my oil pressure go bam, just hit, and I was like, "What the hell?" I had never seen that before. And I look out the left window, and it was oil all over the back of the freaking wing, and I was like, "Holy shit!" So then I ended up like turning around. I did emergency landing. I lived, thank God. It was crazy. Holy crap. That was, when was that? That was like 20, that's today. Holy shit. That's literally today. That was 19 years ago today. Swear to God. Holy, that's so weird. Wow. Sorry. That's really crazy. Anyways, so you guys are from West Texas.
Yeah.
Was your dad in the oil industry or something? Or
Yeah. Whole family's oil and gas.
Really?
Yeah. And that's kind of what we were doing before we, started to blaze our own trail.
I read somewhere like someone's like a geologist or something geology.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a geology degree. I wouldn't go so far as to call me a geologist.
You should do like a shirt that is like a geology shirt. It'd be like
all right.
An ode. So did you guys like grow up like playing golf and stuff like that, or what? Like you guys like really good?
Yeah, that's one of the few things to do in Midland is golf or go out and shoot stuff. So yeah, we played a lot of golf growing up, and our dad got us into the sport. He was always, big into the sport. So he'd just drag us along, as kids, probably just to get out of the house, knowing what I know now, having kids, just a way to escape. But yeah, we grew up playing.
So did you guys like play college and like play?
No.
You just play for fun, right? With your dad or with each other, friends and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like what I call normal, right? Like that's what I am. I'm like, I'm not that good. I'm okay. I mean, but
I'm not trying that hard. It's kind of my thing.
No, I don't know. I want to get good, but you don't have time, right? That's the thing.
It's that no matter if you play really good, you go back out and you keep playing because you want to keep playing good. If you play horrible, then you just want to go back out so you can get better. It's just one of those sports that it just hooks you.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys, where'd you guys go to college?
We went to TCU in Fort Worth.
Oh, nice. It's a good school.
Yeah.
What were your majors in?
I was business, entrepreneurial management, and Robert was geology.
Robert's geologist.
Yeah.
Geologist there.
He's a geologist. I've never met geologists before. I bet he knows a lot about rocks. Is that true?
Yeah, they're not very exciting people, but
I like fossils. Fossils are cool.
Yeah, there's some cool things.
There's a really cool rock place by the Grand Canyon. I can tell you that. I always go there with my kids. So you just see it. It's on the side of the road. That's all I know about rocks. So you guys both went to TCU?
Yes.
Where's TCU?
In Fort Worth.
Oh, sorry. It's in Dallas. What year did you guys graduate?
I graduated in 2003.
I'm old.
I was 2010.
I'm older than you guys, man. It sucks. I graduated in 2000, not from TCU. So you guys get out of college, and you guys are 7 years apart in age.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have two siblings between us. So we have the oldest and the youngest that started Devereux.
That's crazy. Probably because you guys are like never really grew up with each other. 7 years is a long time, right? So it's like you guys were like not fighting because you're like 7 years apart, and it's kind of like
right. Yeah, there's a difference.
Will was graduating high school, and Rob was like 5th grade. So it was
Baby.
So what'd you do? Okay, I'm gonna go first. Will, what did you do when you got out of college? You like go work for somebody?
I moved to San Antonio, and I was working for a company called XPEL. They design and manufacture. It's clear film that goes on cars, protects it from rock chips, from.
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
A lot of stuff like that.
Like that's expensive when people put it on their cars too.
Yeah,
on the front of them. Yeah.
Great product. I was there for 5 years, and then I moved back to Fort Worth and jumped in the oil and gas industry, and I was there for 8 years or so. And then Bert approached me with his idea. So that's kind of where I started and kind of fell into everything.
Is Bert your nickname?
Oh yeah, I go by Bert. I mean,
that's cool.
Always, yeah.
I'm all about nicknames. I had Bobby Jones' grandson on the show 2 weeks ago, and I like gave him a nickname in the middle of the show because I was like, "Your name's too long," so now I just call him RJB. Seriously, his name's Robert Joe. Yeah, seriously. So when did you come on then, Will? Like 16?
No, I came in on at the very beginning. So
you couldn't transition yet, right? Like
Robert graduated with a degree in geology and moved back to Midland. He worked in the oil and gas industry for maybe 6 months.
Was miserable.
Yeah, couldn't take it. Was stuck in log libraries, pulling everything.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
Oh yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
Just bored out of his mind, and he wanted to do something different. He's always kind of liked fashion. So he secretly applied to fashion school. He was living with my parents at the time and didn't tell anybody at all what he was doing, and applied to a couple of really good schools and immediately got accepted to FITM out in Los Angeles, Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandise. And kind of him and hawed at it a little bit, and then decided he was going to do it. So he went to my mom and said, "Hey, I can't do this. I appreciate the education, the geology, but I've got to get out of Midland." And he said, "I've been accepted to fashion school." And she said, "That's awesome." So Bert was working for my dad. And my mom was like, "Okay, what are you going to do when you go?" And he's like, 2 weeks. She said, "Are you going to tell your dad?" And he's like, "No, I was hoping you would."
This is going to Irish exit.
Your dad's head's going to explode. He's going to be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. You're doing what?
That's right. And so a male going to fashion school, people think something's up.
From Midland?
Oh yeah.
They're like, "Wait, what?" And then your dad's probably like,
yeah, it doesn't vibe well. So it was a little different, coming from Midland going to fashion school, but yeah.
I think it's badass, actually. It's like you followed something that was like passion. Like it was more, dude, like I remember my first, like I used to be a pilot, right? Before I did all this shit. And like my first job, I remember driving to work. Like I just got out of college. I was driving. I worked for America West Airlines, right? In an office. I remember driving to work in traffic. And I remember thinking, what the F? I'm in the rat race. Like I'm in the rat. No, when you're 22, 23 and you realize that you're in the rat race, you're like, oh, this sucks. Like how am I get out? That's badass. I totally get that. So Will's working away. Rob doesn't like look at logbooks and stuff like that, which I totally get because it's like the boringest thing on the planet.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah. Well, like in my law practice, what happens is some people will die and they'll have like oil and gas rights and like somewhere. That's like the biggest freaking nightmare in the world. It like costs so much time and money to figure that crap out. And then you have to do like, and the big oil and gas companies like, oh, this guy was leasing to this guy. And then this guy was leasing to that guy. So that's like, who has the whatever so we can do the deed?
Yeah. So that part of oil and gas I was in was title. So
yeah. That's so funny because Rob's like all fashionable and stuff. And he has like a librarian's job.
Exactly right.
So did you tell your dad or did your mom tell your dad?
No, my mom made me tell my dad. If you knew my mom, yeah.
Your mom's Irish? They're saying an Irish accent?
Yeah. She's not Irish, but she's just a strong woman. So she was like, you're telling your dad before you do anything. So yeah, I had to break the news to him probably like that night. He was cool with it though. My dad's awesome.
Yeah, you got to be supportive. I mean, go for it.
Right? He was like, I mean, at first he was like, I mean, he was stoked that I got a geology degree because that was something that he loved and wanted to do himself.
Yeah.
So I kind of, got that degree and he was pumped to have me back working with me and then curveball. But,
that's the hard thing, I think, too. Like, I don't know. Were you working for your dad or like his company or what was it? Or just
I was helping him with some projects that he was working on and working for another guy at the time. But I think my dad wanted me to saddle up and like work with him.
He was
I get it.
Starting a family business.
Empire.
I think he wanted me to do the miserable work that was the geology work. So he's like, I got the perfect candidate right here.
Like, oh, that's perfect. I hate that.
I'm not going to pay him. And it's perfect.
And Bert loves it. So I'm going to let Bert do it. And Bert's like, I don't want to do that. That's like the worst job, Dad. Like, I just want to play with rocks. I don't want to like look at log books. So you went to LA. What year was that? Like 2011?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That time frame. Yeah, I went to LA, signed up for fashion school. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Still, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I don't know.
You got some good ass style though, bro. Seriously.
Appreciate you. But yeah, it was an eye opener being from West Texas or Texas all your life, jumping into LA, like middle of downtown, middle of the fashion culture.
Yeah, it's like freaking night and day, right?
Yeah, I stood out. They're like, who's this kid? And he doesn't fit in. So, but I just grinded it out. I learned a lot. My main goal was just kind of learn. I never knew anything about clothes, construction, how anything was made. And that's why I wanted to pursue the education, was get that foundation, that understanding first and foremost before figuring out what kind of a career I wanted within it.
No, that's cool. So like you had to learn all that stuff, right? Like really fashion, like how to sew and how to come up with cool designs and like.
I mean, at the time I thought you did, but it seems like now you don't. Now it seems like you can just run a screen on a shirt and have a company. But yeah, I mean, I'm more into like the nuances of the details and the quality that, and what fabrics really are and how those things go together. The
quality of the fabric and like
just prints and whatnot. Yeah.
So are you a graphic designer?
No, zero. I don't.
So do you have like a concept and you're like, you go to a graphic designer and be like, yo, this is what I'm thinking. It'd be cool. Go play.
Yeah.
And make them come up with it.
Yeah, ideas like that. I'm more like, I would consider myself like we're in the product specialist, just, understanding, the different types of products, weights, constructions, those things of that nature. That's what I really like to do. But yeah, concept stuff out. Definitely. We have a graphic designer in house. I throw him a lot of stuff. Say, do this, deny a lot, accept a few.
Yeah, like give him a bunch and you're like, what the hell are you thinking? No. And then you go, and then like, oh, this is pretty cool. Do this, this, and this, and this, and this to it.
Yeah. It takes time.
I mean, if you just think about the advancement of e-com and like clothing, right? Like 10 years ago, there was no print on demand. Screen printing was not like, you had to go to a screen printer and you had to go buy massive quantity. And, like now it's like anybody could start a shirt company in like 2 seconds if they really wanted to. Now they're all.
Yeah. I mean, we got in this business, I think it was 2013, which in the span of what we've done, it was a long time ago, given what we've seen. When we got in, it was very kind of traditional in terms of what business was. E-com really wasn't a big thing. So we were just plugging away in the wholesale world. And then like the evolution has come so far, especially within golf, of the brands that, you know, we've learned to adapt to kind of innovate within. But you do see, you said, like having that on-demand printing and all that. I mean, just brands popping up left and right, which is cool to see. It's good for the sport, showing that people are out there, but you know, it's a very saturated market.
So saturated
to be in. I guess it's good that we've been there, but you know, we still battle it. We see it, but it's fun. It's fun to kind of see these new brands.
I didn't realize how, like, I started like a brand in November, right? Just like a small one, because I know who makes all the best stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna make my own version of the best stuff, and I also want to learn the e-com side of it because I already know media, and that's hard as hell. I'll tell you that for damn sure. That's like one of the hardest things ever, especially when it's such a saturated market. Like everything is saturated. Hats, shirts, pants. I mean, like it's hard to actually, you know, rise above it, right? So people actually know, because there's only so much dollars people willing to spend. So it's like,
yeah, that's the thing.
So you started the brand in what, 13? You said?
Yeah, I
or
think
like
that was
12.
Out.
Yeah, our first collection was spring of 2014.
Yeah, so we took some of the PGA show.
Oh, you went to the PGA show?
Oh, we used to do that. They used to steal our money and
it's a money grab, dude. That's the biggest money. That's like literally the biggest money grab ever. And they make so much money, dude. They probably make like tens of millions of dollars on it easily.
Oh, yeah, the big companies spending like a couple million for those shows.
Like I went last year before COVID, and I'd never been, right? And I just went because my friend hooked me up, and it just blew my mind how big it was. But then I realized how much money was being spent. I like, oh, my friends are there, so I was super excited. And they're telling me what their boost cost, and my jaw hit the floor. Like I was like, you spent 10 grand on that, like for reals? And it was like the shittiest.
Pretty outrageous.
Yeah, that's the low end. That's like a table with tablecloth.
That's literally what it is, right? And like, you know, the crappy area next to the toilet, like that's. So did you guys? So when your first stuff came out in 14. Did you go to the PGA show to kind of be like, this is our baptism, I guess? Like, hello, golf world.
Yeah, we actually, our first one was trade show was in Las Vegas. I
know which one that is.
So there you're actually showing your spring collection. So that was our first one. Funny story about that. So, you know, we get our clothes in. We're super excited. We take everything up to Vegas.
You guys living here at the time?
No, he was in LA and I was in Fort Worth.
Oh, wow.
So we meet in Vegas. You know, we have everything folded in suitcases. So we get there and we have to unfold everything. And it has, you know, the folding marks on it. And so we didn't know that you could go downstairs and you know, get a steamer to steam the clothes. So we got a 12-pack of beer, went up to the room and ironed all the shirts.
Gosh.
It took forever. We cranked
the shirts were the wrong color because of the factory.
Yeah,
really?
Anything that goes wrong goes wrong.
Yeah,
the hell of an adventure.
Shower on high heat and made our little steam room in there, and we're hanging shirts, and it was we're just
that's a long time ago.
What year was that? 13?
Yeah, that was
14.
13.
All 13.
So then, when you were at fashion school, is that when you kind of came up with the Devereux brand? Like you had that idea, or like what happened?
Yeah, I mean the ideas evolved a lot, but yeah, you know, the idea back then was just to kind of present a more youthful, inspired golf clothing brand. There was nothing on the market. You know, this was probably the time that TravisMathew was like hitting their stride. I actually went and interviewed for like a customer service internship deal, got denied, and I was like, these guys, I'll just do this.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start my own company, and then I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm gonna work for free. But no.
Oh, don't you love that when people deny you and you're like, I'm literally going to work for free. Like, no, we're not interested. It's like,
yeah. So
I've had that happen.
You know, I went to the drawing board. I was like, yeah, maybe I could do this. And I got the wheel spinning and wanted, you know, I feel like those guys were pretty inspirational at that time. Got the wheel spinning and kind of put me on, you know, a path to kind of create this a little bit of more youthful brand with the ideas and the values and the product and put it out there to the public. And that's kind of, you know, what we did. So, I mean, I was thinking about that all the while at school because I was doing the internship programs and went down to Huntington Beach to interview with them through it. When they said no, I was like, all right, this is what I want to do now. I don't like being told no. So
Well, it's like they don't get it. I'm not saying anything about TravisMathew. It's like somebody makes a decision and they're like they're not the decision maker, right? It's just like the person that just says, oh, no.
yeah,
You know.
I'm glad they said no.
Yeah, hell yeah, because you're probably working there right now in the customer service department. Hi, this is Bert. What's your problem with your
right
quarter shoes and your did they sell a Callaway or somebody? Who bought them?
Yeah, big money.
Yeah. You can always tell when a brand sells out. Oops, did I say that out loud? I mean, when a brand goes to the big stuff and it's like, okay, I'm going to talk some shit for a second. I'm sorry, but a hat that says like stuff from old movies was like cool like 5 years ago. So don't be releasing that. I'm not naming brands that do that right now, but come on, really?
I agree.
Like that's not originality. So what year was that? Like 2012, 2013, we try to get the internship.
Yeah, that was probably 2012.
You should have had Will go over there, been like, yo, hire me. I want to work for you.
Yeah. I know. I mean, these guys were still in a trade. They were like in a double wide. The interview was. It was something small.
Really?
So it was, yeah. It was small. It was cool.
Is there really a guy named TravisMathew, or they just named the brand that? I don't even know.
No,
it wasn't a guy named Matthew. Yeah.
There's two guys that started the brand, and they use both their names.
Kind of like Devereux. Devereux is a very French name, right? And you guys are from Midland, Texas. So
yeah, we try to be classy.
Six pack. We're six packing it. A Bud Light.
Yeah. Don't let the name fool you.
Yeah. I think it's a cool name. I always spell it wrong, but I took Spanish.
Add an A in there. There's no A.
Devereux. So how'd you come up with the name Devereux?
So
it's our grandmother's name.
Family name.
Really? That was her first name or last name?
First name.
What a cool name.
Yeah. So our great grandmother was Mary Devereux, went by Mary. Our grandmother's Mary Devereux goes by Devereux. And my oldest daughter is Mary Devereux. And
that's freaking, see, that's cool. You should, is that on your website? That's cool. I think.
I think it was on our website. So it's my middle name, my dad's middle name. So it's just family name, but it really, everything we named it after our grandmother.
Were you guys French?
I don't think so.
Oh, I was wondering. Yeah, where's your family from? Like the Texas or like the South or what?
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So I never knew that about Devereux. I think that's badass. So you started Devereux in 14 times, right? And then you went to PGA show. How was that first Vegas show? Did you get any sales out of it?
I think we got one order.
That's cool. Like a golf store, right? Or somebody, or a golf shop.
Something, yeah.
Because that's like the PGA regional blah 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 show, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, the Vegas one's great. It's more about business. It's less, it doesn't cost as much. No one can do these extravagant builds, so everyone's kind of like on this equal playing field. It's just show up, do work, hungover, and let's get the hell out of there. So that's the Vegas one. The Orlando one is a clown show, man. You
question when you go to the Orlando one, do you wear khaki pants?
No,
everyone's wearing khaki pants.
The blazer, the Titleist backpack.
Dude, I was making fun of everybody. I was like, what? Why is everyone wearing khaki pants? Like, yeah, because they just spent $100,000 on their education.
So
and they're like totally broing it up. Like, bro, what's up, bro? I saw these dudes. It was like the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. And I was in a fraternity, but I would never wear khaki pants. So, and a blazer, the blue blazer, right?
The blue blazer.
That their mom and dad just bought over at Men's Warehouse.
Yeah, I don't miss that.
Rob, that'd be a funny commercial if you just wear khaki pants and a blue blazer and then a Devereux shirt.
Should, right?
So, how was your first Orlando show after you spent $1 billion on your booth?
Orlando was awesome the first few times because it was new, I guess you could say. Then Orlando got super played out. But I mean, we were there when I think our first show, we brought a pretty big booth and, did it right and wanted that, that press, that attention. And we got that. And that was cool. We were, I think our next door neighbors of the show were Loudmouth. This was when Loudmouth was
I seen their booth
for
there.
all the brands now. It's like everyone's loudmouth now. But yeah, this was like OG loudmouth days, and we were next to them, and they were booming with business. It was kind of cool to see, and we were catching some flow from those guys. But yeah, we got a lot of attention and a lot of press. We had a hell of a time. Did some events, the pro day, so it was cool. Then like the next 4 years, it was just the same and dreadful and expensive. And you're like, God, we got to go back to this and keep doing this and talk. Same people, same questions, same bullshit, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But then if you don't go back, people think you're out of business, and so it's like they hook you.
Man,
what I think is so sad is people think that if you go, right, like little brands, right, they go and they think, oh, I spent $10,000 for a booth. When I leave the show in a week, I'm going to be somebody big, right? I'm going to get the attention. And then they don't sell jack shit. And they don't and they leave and they just spend $10,000 and they still have a crappy website and no one's buying their stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And when we were doing this, that's my voice. Wow. I feel like e-com really wasn't a thing. I can't even remember we had a website at the time. I think we were strictly just wholesale. We may have had like an about us page. It wasn't as easy as it is now to open up shop online.
Yeah.
So, I mean, our business was strictly that wholesale channel. That's why we had to go, and that's why we did it. Now the power lies within your own site. That's where
traffic is key, right?
The dollars.
That's all it is.
That's the main competitor against these guys at these shows. You can get the wholesale, but you can get the wholesale through email now.
You just show up and show them a little golf shop. Be like, oh, look what we have. And they're like, that's the coolest thing ever. And you're like, dude, it's all over the internet. I mean,
yeah. Right. Yeah.
But, and then I feel like wholesale kind of gets a bad rap because if you go to a nice pro shop, like most stuff in there's like not that great. Like I would play golf on Friday over at a resort with a couple friends, and I looked at pro shop and it was all shit. It was like not even brands I've heard of. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't even know. It was like, I'm like, what's this? I'm like, well, who's your man? And then I asked the guy, I'm like, who's your wholesale guy? And he's like, oh, well, the hotel manages all that. So like they do it. And I'm like, no wonder your stuff is ugly and like no one would ever buy it. Like people Arizona flag, or something.
That's wholesale in the golf. That's to kind of segue. That's kind of, our battle was wholesale, and we were selling in there, doing the things, running 15, 20 polo styles a season that you had to plug and chug colors, blah, 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 just to get in these shops, just to hold, space in these shops. But, as time kind of goes on, we're looking at these shops like, man, these people, I'm gonna probably have to drag them to the dirt here, but they don't know what they're doing.
They're not selling your stuff. They're selling tea times, man.
Yeah. You go in there, everything's dated. You got, they're dealing with dark lights, oak wood. Like it's horrible. It looks like, a blast from the 90s with trying to put new shit in there. And it's not that appealing. So we have a big point of difference with, what wholesale was. And granted, there are some cool shops. Some people are kind of seeing that for what it's worth and making cool shops now at golf locations, but 90% of them aren't. And it's, it's a beating just to walk into one. It's like, where do I even go? How do I even purchase? Like everything is the same. There's no difference. So
so you heard a story. Cool. I went to a course like 2 months ago, and I was wearing a t-shirt, right, and like pants, and like I'm gonna play golf. And my buddy who was a GM at this golf course goes, "Where's your polo?" And I was like, "Are you joking?" He's like, "No, really, you gotta put a polo on." I'm like, "But this is a golf shirt. It literally says golf on it, right? Like, and this is what people are wearing to golf courses." And he's like, "Yeah, but the members are gonna be upset." I'm like, so guess what? I had to go spend $150 on golf clothes at a freaking golf shop because I didn't have the right pants. I had to buy this ugly ass Adidas polo. I was so pissed. I had to buy a new hat. I still spent $150 on stuff so I could like go play. I was kind of irritated about that, but that's the hard part, right? With fashion, because like, it's like, where's the line? When is it not traditional? Right. And then where is it like chill? And I'm a chill. When I go play, I don't care what I wear.
That's the whole push right now.
And you'll still have those higher end clubs that are always going to, have their dress codes, polo shirt, have to be tucked in.
So I was wearing like normal clothes. Yeah. Not normal clothes, but golf clothes. So you guys really started to get momentum. What do you think gave you the most momentum? What you did?
I think it was just kind of our styling, really. Just doing
at that time.
different.
Yeah.
High quality at a good price. Our bottoms really took off. Our gravity shorts and our gravity pants. I think that was a big moment for us where we saw a lot of growth in that. And then we just kept developing off of that, doing really cool joggers.
Yeah, because you're one of the first people who started doing that.
Yeah,
the joggers, and then everybody started copying last year.
Yeah, and that's one of those things too. You have these great joggers, and everyone likes them, but the pro shops won't bring them in. Because it's not. They're stuck in the Fairway and Green, the Donald Ross, all that. So,
yeah, joggers are what our number one online selling unit, and they were our worst wholesale product. So that disconnect is stupid and frustrating.
Offers want it, but the pro shops don't. So I don't know.
Well, it's like the same problem with the clothes, right? Like the t-shirt, the pullover, that's the hard balance. And it's like, so who do you guys think is your age group then for clothes? Like 25 to 50?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're spot on in that age.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because the younger people have any money, right? So like it's like less than 25, they're just whatever.
Yeah. That's what we've done is we went direct to consumer, so we don't do wholesale anymore.
Oh, really? You got rid of it?
Yeah, and so this is new too. This is in February we made the switch.
Yeah.
I bet you it cuts a lot of cost, right? Because now you need to come with 50 freaking polos. You just pick the ones that you like, or Yeah.
So if you look at us going into a pro shop, they're selling a $95 polo or whatnot, we're selling, it's a 50% margin that we're making in those pro shops. Plus we have to pay 12 to 15% to, the
reps.
Yep. The rep makes the money. He makes his cut. They want half off, right? Yeah. So you got to have a high enough.
And so you're not left with much at the end. We're like, well, screw this. We've had, 5 years of doing it this way.
A lot of overhead.
It's a lot of overhead. Let's look at easing our operations. And so we did that. And instead of us selling an $85 polo now, we sell a $64 polo. It's the exact same quality, same manufacturing, everything. Nothing's changed. We dropped everything by $20, $30.
That's a sweet spot too, because everyone's raising their prices right now. It feels like.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of the brands are, right. TravisMathew is like.
Our mission really is as we view golf is super intimidating, right? The sport itself, because you have those places where it's like tuck in your shirt, wear a collared shirt, everything. So it has like this intimidation factor to it. But our mission is to be true to accepting people into the sport. And, price is a big variable for that. And we want to keep that affordable and keep that down so people can enjoy the sport, get a good product and come in and not feel like they're getting ripped off at the end of the day.
Like you had to buy $150 worth of apparel and you got your shitty ass Adidas shirt.
Dude, I was pissed. I and it's ugly and it's skin ass tight. And it looks like shit. Like it looks like something. I hate it. I wore a fucking wetsuit. That's what it felt like. And it was and he didn't even have my sizes. It was like, oh, we have a large and then we have triple XL. And I'm like, I'm not wearing a dress. And I'll go with the large and it doesn't even fit. I was like, whatever. I was so irritated. I was so pissed. I'm like, this just happened? Like, it wasn't his fault, but
they made us sell.
I mean, I think it's smart. You guys are going wholesale. Also, the whole other racket. You have a wholesale person. You got to have your, guys who probably don't even go out and sell, right? So they go out one time a year and they want their 15%, but this golf course is always going to buy it. So it's free money essentially to these dudes.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard to manage people that work on commission.
Yeah, they don't care about you. Who's paying them the most? Somebody told me though, I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody told me that if you have more than say 5 people, right, doing that for you, or they're not really considered independent sales reps, and then you got to treat them like an employee. Somebody told me that. I was like, that's true. That's bullshit. Because you know that?
That's not.
But you don't have to worry about it anymore because you're not doing it.
No,
so then in February, I bet you guys had a huge year last year, right? Exploded.
Yeah, last year was good.
Was it your biggest year ever?
For e-commerce, yes.
E-com, yeah.
We were talking about going to DC for a while, but when COVID hit, it just kind of really put everything full.
It validated it. Yeah.
So would you feel that last year was your biggest year?
Yeah.
It have to be.
Sure. Yeah. A lot of the pro shops, we had a lot of cancellations, especially California and Hawaii, just because of COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, Hawaii, they were shut down. People weren't traveling there. They couldn't. A lot of places in California were shut down. So we started getting a lot of cancellations on our wholesale orders. But then our direct-to-consumer e-commerce was just taken off. And then
they like offset it, right? Yeah. There's that week in March where everything goes like this. Boom, it hits the ground. You're like, oh, crap. I saw my traffic. My traffic goes boom, and it's dropped. And I was like, oh, something's happening. Like no one's even looking for golf equipment, like zero, right? And I was like, oh shit. And then all of a sudden it goes, and it like took off like a rocket. Like last year, dude, I was getting like 200,000 people a month on my website. I was like, holy crap, where are these people coming from? But I mean,
yeah, they were buying, man.
Did you guys have any problems with like supply chain?
We're starting to run into it a little bit right now. We didn't see it before.
Really?
But right now a lot of having trouble getting yarn. We develop our own fabrics. So getting, yarn into a lot of these manufacturers, it's with everybody right now. I mean, everything's kind of on back order. I mean, you look at all the microchips, you look at,
look at that.
Look at lumber. I mean,
everything's messed up.
You can't get paint right now. I mean, paint's hard to get.
Is it really?
Oh, we're trying to paint our house right now. Like, yeah, there's
paint your house right now. You can't even get paint. Why are you telling? We're about to do a bunch of housework too. Now I'm like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be doing any housework.
It's expensive, and it's starting to catch up. So
I've had some brands go, oh yeah, I'm not gonna name brands, but like very large e-com companies being like, oh yeah, we're a shortage right now, and I'm like, there's no way. Like I know there's a shortage, but like you're the largest e-commerce golf company in the world. Like if you can't get it, either you're lying to me or you really can't get it. And then of course I knew they were lying to me because I was like, oh, it's funny because you're running all these sales right now. So obviously you do have
right.
Stock. Don't
that's
lie
why
to me.
hard goods, golf clubs, hard goods. I mean, that's why they're behind too.
Balls. Last year, balls was huge, man. I had Dean Snell on the show, and Dean from Snell Golf, and Dean Snell was like, dude, you can't get urethane anywhere. Like everyone's fighting for urethane. I was like, really? He's like, oh yeah, you can't find it. Like everyone's on back order. That was like in September. I was like, shit. I thought all this cool stuff. I never even know. So who designs your website? Is it like you have like a designer for that, or is that more like you guys coming up with a really cool design? And then,
we have a company out of Fort Worth.
It's badass.
Yeah, they do. They did our website.
Whose white truck is that in the video? Is that
guy met on Craigslist?
Shut up.
Straight up, man.
Yeah, tell them the story.
He was selling a white truck one day, and I hit him up. I was like, hey, can I borrow this for a photo shoot? And he was like, sure.
How much is he selling it for? That's like $100,000 freaking car.
Yeah. He was selling it for quite a bit, but I was like, can I borrow it for like a couple $100 for a photo shoot? And this was like 2 years ago. And he's like, yeah. And he came in, hung out all day. This guy's the nicest guy in the world. And then we were wanting to do this photo shoot, desert. You're going to get a truck. And I wasn't having any luck. And I remember I saved his phone number. So I hit him up again. He's like, I got this new truck. He's like, if you want to use it, let me know. I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, come pick it up tomorrow and take it out. So he let me cruise the whole thing, through the desert in Arizona, and just basically just bring it back. This guy is he's so easygoing. He's so
Did you wash
nice.
it for him at least? I want that car. I want that freaking car. That car's freaking badass.
I didn't wash it. I hit him up. I was like, hey man, this thing's dirty. Should I wash it? He's like, don't worry about it. I was like, what about gas? He's like, don't worry about it.
Oh, that's kind of cool. You're like, how about here's a gift card to my website.
and he's just located down in Tempe too. So
really?
Yeah, it worked out, man.
Where'd you guys shoot that at in the valley? Like West Valley or South? It's like South.
North on
like Dog Wash Park area.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, Lost Dog Wash Trail. It's up north. Just pull off the road, man. Drive.
Is that your guys' trailer? You guys take the shows and stuff in it?
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool trailer.
That's really cool.
I know Asher has a trailer like that. And True has a trailer like that. Those are sick ass trailers.
That truck was pretty cool. You would drive it on the right side instead of the left. The steering wheel is on the right.
Is it really? I didn't even think about that. It is. I don't know.
Yeah. But then, on top of that is is shifting gears because it's a manual, and so you're shifting with your left hand instead of your right.
Oh, that messed me up.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was cool though.
Is Rob in that video? Let's see if Robert's in that video.
Yeah, I should be. I'm driving it because the model didn't know how to drive it.
The models didn't know how to drive it. They don't know what stick shift even is. They're like, oh, what's stick shift, bro?
That's why I made the video. Yeah, these young kids, they can't drive stick, man. I'm young, but I grew up on it.
Well, yeah, I had to teach myself. I had like 1 hour to teach myself stick because I had a job once, and the guy was like, my boss was like, I need you to run these parts. I worked at an airport. He's like, I need you to run these parts at this parts store. I was like, all right. I mean, this old ass like Nissan truck. I mean, those old Nissan trucks that everybody had like back in the 90s, you know, it was stick. And he's like, I was like, can you drive stick? And I was like, yeah, I can drive stick. And I was like, I mean, I literally was like, I told my other guy, I was like, yo, I can't drive stick. And he's like, well, just drive them down the runway or the taxiway. And that's what I did. I was like,
just grinding gears.
I seriously did. I think it was probably all effed up when I brought it back to him. I'm like, I was thinking running straight. So what's Robbie? I don't even see Rob in the video though. I don't know.
I'm in there. I'm wearing the
Where is he? Hold on, I want to see. Oh, there he is. I see him wearing the white hat.
Yeah.
Well, is everybody in this thing like models except for you? Where's Will? Will's probably barbecuing behind the shack.
Yeah, I'm somewhere. I was sitting in the corner drinking.
Yeah, he's behind the scenes.
Will's the puppet master in this video.
That's right.
That's a cool video. What is that? A Defender? I think it's an old school Defender.
That's an old school Defender.
That's like a 90s Defender. So like I was showing my buddy, another lawyer, I was like, yo, check out, I'm talking to these guys next week, check them out. And we're watching the video and he's like, oh my God, it's a Defender. And I was like, yeah, so. And he's like, he just bought a Defender, like a new one. It's like,
those are
80 grand, 90 grand, or whatever. And you can't find them anywhere. He had to buy it in New York or something. And like, he's like, I'm like, what year is that? I couldn't even figure out what kind of car it was, right? And he's like, oh, it's a Defender. And then I looked at it and I started Googling. He goes, that's $100,000 easily. I'm like, yeah, but it was built in the 90s, dude. He's like, yeah, seriously, they're like $100,000 still.
Yeah, it
doesn't
like, matter.
I was like, really? And now I want one. I was like, that's a badass car.
They're pretty sweet.
It's like all boxy and looks like, you know, it's in Africa or something. I don't know. It's cool.
No radio, no air conditioning.
Oh, really? Oh my God. Oh, yeah. So when did you come up with the ball man idea?
That was our graphic designer, one of the guys who got in house. Yeah, he likes to just kind of sketch that stuff. 1 second.
That's okay, man. I got kids too.
Yeah, they're just a little wild. Yeah, he was just kind of, you know, wanted to put something together. We kind of want like this, like, you know, you remember Tally from South Park?
Yep.
You know, golf is like, you know, everything's like always fun loving, but we wanted a dude that seemed a little more like not strung out, but like hard day.
Tallys also smoking like, doobie.
Yeah, someone that felt like defeated because that's what golf is. It's like, yeah, when I play, I'm like, I feel like I just got my ass.
Dude, my logo's a ball guy too. Like seriously, I have had it for like 3 years, and I was like, and I saw yours. I'm like, oh, it's cool too because only pretty much like you guys do it, Malvin does it, and I do it. But you can do so much. It's hard doing a ball guy though. It really is without making him look like cheesy. But you guys have a cool guy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's just one of our little characters we kind of implement.
I love what you guys are doing.
Yeah, cool.
You guys are like,
appreciate that.
No, for real. It's like I like cool brands. Like I don't like the hoity-toity brands. I don't like people talking shit about each other. Like when I was at PGA show, like people were talking shit about my friends' brands, and I was like, I literally had never even met these brands, and they're big brands, okay? Like, and these people that work there were talking shit, and I was like, that's unprofessional. Like seriously, like, oh, we invented that. I was like, whatever. You invented a T-shirt. Yeah, good job on that. So you guys make good shit. This is what I like about what you guys are doing. I'll be straight. You guys are making good clothing with good fabrics, with cool designs, and it's affordable, right? And it's not like screen printed crap that they got on some, you know, website. Like it's nice stuff. It's like you're making it affordable to our generation, really, right? The stuff that like, I would literally wear all that, like what you guys have. And I got your polo too. Your polo is really nice. So
yeah, that's the big goal at hand is trying to be really strict on that price point and keep it that way for our consumer because I mean that's what's important to us. You know, the game is seeing an explosion of new people coming in, but you get on anybody else's website and you're paying $98 for a polo shirt. I mean, dude, after green free, after golf balls, after clubs, I mean, you're tapped out. Like it's expensive. So you know we're trying to kind of ride that wave of cool stuff for a good price. I mean, it takes a lot of work.
I love like the Augusta hat, like the old school, like easy hat. That's sick. That's one of your early ones, isn't it?
Yeah, in the wheelhouse for years. Yeah, I love that hat.
How'd you come up with the golf with the asterisks? That's what you're known for, I think.
Yeah, that's our bigger logo. It's just it just kind of came to us one day. Always, it's kind of what my dad always said. He's like, you know why they named it golf? Because the other 4-letter words were taken. So it's a play off of that, golf
that's cool. I didn't realize that.
It is that like that cuss word, like, God, this is such a frustrating sport. So I wanted to.
I know what you're talking about. I'd never get mad.
Have that frustration in that, or have that like anger, because golf isn't always happy go lucky. So everybody paints it to be. It's more frustrating than anything. So that's what that logo is. Is share that common frustration through the sport.
You guys make some cool stuff, dude. Golf Coast, that's cool. I like what you're doing with that. The towels, I like your new towel designs. Those are sick.
Yeah, our towels have been cool. Our putter covers and our head covers have been on fire.
Yeah, those are new.
Really? Because like the rifle putter cover with like PG on it, or like their barrels. Are those leather or are those like the nylon kind?
No, we're doing like a PU leather.
Really?
The only reason, we're doing that just to, we're trying to give that cool design in that good price point. Because once you step up to real leather, then you're looking at people $200 putter. My putter doesn't cost $200. I'm not trying to put a $200 cover on it. So
what's crazy? I didn't even realize that was like fake leather or whatever. I mean,
it's really good quality, honestly, for what it is.
You can print on it, right? That's what's so good too. You can print on it.
You can embroider on it. For the price, it's perfect. Because
that's a good price. You know why? $45. Trust me. Like I know I'm not gonna name brands, but I know brands that are making the nylon ones, right? The nylon head covers for like more than that. And that's at least. Yeah. And I looked at yours and I was like closer. And I was like, holy crap, that's a lot of extra details for that price point. Like that's literally a $75 head cover. Like if you think about the market, right?
Easily, yeah.
I mean, that's sick. So do you just come up with these ideas and you like make them, or does your team help, or how do you guys come up with these cool designs?
Yeah, we work collaboratively in the office. Ooh.
Yeah.
As we're a small team, but we throw stuff on the wall, we put up a drawing board, we kind of figure it out. But our goal is to tell narrative through product and not just slap something and be done with it and put a flamingo on a shirt and be like, that's the flamingo collection. It's not what we're about. We're trying to come up with collections that actually are inspired by something and given a narrative and a voice and a reason for people to purchase. So it's a lot of effort that go into like what we're dropping and what we're doing that's surrounded by the game of golf, and how we can kind of put a creative spin on it that isn't, already been done. The whole Simpsons have done it.
Whose idea was it to start making kids clothes? Because I think it's brilliant.
We did that years ago. It may have been our sales director at the time.
No, it was you.
I didn't have no kids then.
You were thinking about it. You want you clothes for your kids.
You were thinking about it.
Plus, my kids don't wear polo shirts, just like I don't. But no, yeah, we ran that out. It was just a wholesale play. It was a tack on.
Yeah, because no one really does that. Competitor wise, right? I haven't seen that.
It's better than theory than it is in the business world. It's because you're not bulk buying a bunch of kids stuff. You're buying like 1 unit, 2 unit type of deal. But it's nice. We sell the polo shirts on e-com to this day.
What's your most popular shirt? Is it a t-shirt, or is it the polo, or what?
Probably our polos, since e-commerce. We made our shift and lowered our prices. We really didn't sell too many polos online, but now we're just they're just flying like crazy. They do really well. T-shirts do good. We've started doing a lot of drops, a lot of little capsule collections. When we do those, or t-shirts go really well.
Everything does in those.
And the shorts probably do. The joggers are cool.
Our bottoms are best sellers. Yeah.
Yeah. We have that Oasis short too. It's kind of like a workout short, kind of leisure, and that's great. It's great for the course. It's great for working out. You can swim in it and you can do everything.
Is it like an elastic top? It looks like, or that's cool. That's big right now too.
That's my golfing short, man.
Yeah, man, I would be comfortable when I golf. Like, seriously.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to wear a belt and tuck in. I'm trying to have a good time.
I think these should be pictures of you guys all over the website trying to clothes on. Like, instead of all these models. Same guys.
Save a lot of money. Yeah.
I think it's phenomenal, like your guys' growth, right? Like, just that's a hard market to be in. And the way you guys have been way you guys have grown and then the products you have. Like you have a lot of cool products and like not like cliche stuff where it's like, oh yeah, that's somebody copied that idea, you know, and you guys brought it in. It was like you were the first to like do it because I don't really know anybody who was doing t-shirts, like nice t-shirts. Nobody was. I mean, really.
Right.
Well, that's cool. I'm really excited to have you guys on the show today. Like seriously, I've been a fan for a long time. You guys make some sick ass clothing. And yeah,
cool.
Thanks for being on the show.
Check out the website. Let us know what you need and we'll hook you up.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm going to be your new best friend.
You can do that.
We got to play around together though.
We should play around. I would love that. Like when you come back,
we'll take you out to Boulders. We can do that.
That'd be fun.
That's swing the sticks.
I'll take you to Dobson Ranch.
There you go.
It's like a muni. Right. I'll take you to Ken McDonald's. Like or what's no, you guys are close to Rolling Hills or it's called by the zoo.
Yeah, I've never played there. The most fun rounds are always munis though.
Oh yeah. There's that one muni is like down the street from you where everyone takes their pictures for Instagram. What's it called?
Oh, are you talking here? Papago?
Yeah. Papago, yeah.
That's a fun track.
Yeah, it's long. The fairways are old. It's an old course. I don't know.
They have a good pro shop. One of the best pro shops I've been in.
Yeah, they do have a good one.
Well, they just redid it like 3 years ago. Someone told me it used to be like a trailer, like for ills.
For years. Yeah.
Forever. It was like, yeah. Now it's like Instagram heaven, right? That's like literally what it is.
That bar and grill that opens up to the outside.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool place. They did it right.
And the ASU's training facility. You know what's so sad is that when you go by ASU and like that whole course is all dead now and stuff like that.
Yeah. Drive past it every day.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks for being on the show. You guys need to check out Devereux's website. Was it Devereux? Hold on, I'll tell you what it is.
DVRX threads.
DVRX threads. Duh. You guys are a force to be reckoned with. I think there's only a couple brands I think that. So you guys are cool and you're normal. You know, like
try to be.
I don't like unnormal people that are like facetious and like fake and stuff.
Right. The next time I'll wear my blue blazer on your show.
No, you better when we go play golf. You're gonna be wearing khakis and a blue blazer. What would you do if I showed up in a khaki and blue blazer? You'd probably be like, this guy's freaking not control. And I'll teach you. I'll be like, oh, you're doing it wrong. This is how you hold the golf club.
Just criticize every move. Yeah.
I'll be like my dad. Right. That's what my dad used to do. You're doing it wrong. You yell across the fairway. Tell your blah, blah, blah. I never play golf with my dad, like ever. Seriously, he's not even invited. Actually, taking my son golfing right now. I'm my poor son's gonna be subjected to that. My 8-year-old. So, you guys are cool. So thanks for being on the show. And let's do some more stuff together. And thank you.
Yeah, anytime, man. Appreciate it. It was awesome. You got to see the sun come up in Hawaii.
I did. You started in the dark.
That's a good thing.
I got a lot of sun. I saw the sun start to set in Arizona and Will's camera. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for being on the show.
All right, man. You have a good one.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Behind the Golf Brand Podcast.
You're going to beat me at golf?
Stay connected on and off the show by visiting golfersauthority.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Golf is always more fun when you win.
Stay out of the beach and see you on the green.